with the latest news now.
Cause that I am absolutely able to support, and I think it's important to have our students also support.
TCC students are stepping into the spotlight to see how this murder mystery is helping our community.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it.
And a Frisco mother speaks out after losing her son in a stabbing at a track meet, and the questions she's now asking.
It's unsettling because that's part of Texas. It's not the same.
A Texas springtime tradition looks a little different this year. A look at why things aren't quite the same around the state this season.
Our nice, unseasonable warm weather continues with temperatures reaching 90 by Sunday. I'm Lauren Harper. I'll have your full storm team forecast coming up.
And later in the show,
I was like, what happened? He was like, that's President Obama over there. I was like, what?
A family photo shoot, a famous face, and a moment they'll never forget. Who showed up and why the pic is now going viral.
Now, this is the news feed.
Good afternoon, I'm Cameron Wilcox.
And I'm John Ethan Wilson. Get ready for murder, music, and a mission opening next week at TCC's Northeast campus. Something's Afoot isn't just a musical comedy, it's also helping our community.
The NewsFeed's John Patterson shows us how this drama club production is making a difference.
Shining a spotlight on what matters. Ahead of its upcoming spring musical Something's Afoot, the TCC Drama Club is partnering with local nonprofit Safe Haven, an organization that supports those affected by domestic abuse.
I was looking for an outreach and a charitable organization to partner with. I did a bunch of research, and it is a cause that I am absolutely able to support, and I think it's important to have our students also support survivors of domestic violence.
Director Ashley Bayshore, or Liz to her students, made this connection possible.
So Liz reached out inquiring just about how the drama department could support Safe Haven in the upcoming musical that you are doing, which is a wonderful way to get the word out.
There are several ways to show support.
All the money goes to proceeds to helping the families in shelter, and then you can also drop off clothing.
So if you're interested in a fun night out and supporting a great cause, come see TCC's Something's Afoot, which premieres next week.
Thanks, John. If you want to help support Safe Haven, just head to safehaventc.org or keep an eye out for the blue donation boxes around Northeast Campus. And here's the upcoming performance schedule for Something's Afoot. Tarrant County College is back on North Texas TV screens, billboards, even buses, with a bold new campaign called Bold Steps, Better Futures. The college is celebrating 60 years with a fresh multimedia push, featuring student stories, vibrant images, and a clear message. Education at TCC leads to high-demand careers. From cybersecurity to radiology, TCC offers over 240 programs. Chancellor Elva LeBlanc says TCC is the bridge between education and employment. The campaign is part of the TCC's long-term plan to grow student success and the North Texas economy. A man is recovering after his truck was swallowed by a sinkhole in Pleasant Grove, neighbors say.
A man is recovering after his truck was swallowed by a sinkhole in Pleasant Grove. Neighbors say the street has long had drainage issues, and they're tired of waiting for solutions. A massive sinkhole opened on Riverway Drive, sending a man to the hospital and leaving neighbors frustrated. Kiem Johnson says the ground gave way as he drove through, trapping his truck and trailer.
My truck started jerking and going on. I said, how many people are hitting me? I tried to brace myself because I hit the windshield over 4 times.
Water line is to blame, with repairs expected to wrap up this week. Neighbors say drainage and erosion have been issues for years, and they want more than just patchwork fixes.
Some heavy hearts inside of Frisco High School, as classmates paid tribute to a student who died after a stabbing at a track meet. Austin McCaff's family is heartbroken and now raising tough questions about whether this could have been prevented. Tiffany Liu, now with more.
We're going to go to the vigil tonight.
When you lose one of the most important people in your life,
So many kids loved him.
comfort can be found with those who love him.
Just doesn't make any sense.
Megan Metcalf got the call this morning.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it.
Her 17-year-old son, Austin Metcalf, was at a UIL track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Police say there was an altercation between two Frisco ISD students.
I got a phone call from Hunter,
Austin's identical twin,
screaming that Austin had been stabbed.
Megan beat the ambulance to the hospital and saw him get taken in.
He was the most amazing kid. Oh, so smart. He had college football guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college.
While we were talking to Mom,
just to put your arms wrap around a support.
Austin's brother,
This is Hunter. Did you want to talk to him?
came outside. Hunter Metcalf was there when it happened.
I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So that's just what I saw. And I try to help him.
From the day they were born 17 years ago, Austin, just 4 minutes older, was Hunter's best friend.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I do for him. I do anything for him.
They ran together, played football together. They had that twin sense only twins would understand.
It's just really heartbreaking not to see him next year on the field.
Hunter never imagined the day he and Austin would be apart.
This is going to be really hard.
In Frisco, I'm Tiffany Liu.
At last check, Anthony was still in the Frisco jail. He's facing a first-degree murder charge with bond set at $1 million. The family of
a 20-year-old woman who died in Liberty is grieving not only the loss of their daughter, but also the first unborn grandchild. Her parents say they're still processing on what happened March 30th and are not ready to share her name yet. They called police that night asking for help with suicide prevention. Liberty police say there was a struggle and the woman managed to get one officer's gun and took her own life. The Texas Rangers are investigating, but Liberty police are not calling this an officer-involved shooting. The family says they hope the Rangers can provide more answers about what led to their daughter's death. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says a special election to fill a vacant congressional seat will be held in November. The seat opened after Congressman Sylvester Turner died last month. Democrats accuse Abbott of delaying the election to keep the GOP's majority intact, claiming he missed a deadline for a May vote. Abbott says the delay gives Harris County more time to prepare.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton wants a new job. He's launching a run for U.S. Senate. Paxton's been a controversial figure during his 10 years as AG, facing a federal investigation, bribery, allegations, and even an implication in 2023, which he survived. Now he's taking on fellow Republican Senator John Cryan in the 2026 primary, claiming Cryan didn't back Donald Trump or his border wall push. Cryan's not holding back.
Mr. Paxton has a checkered background.
So far, former
He
President...
is a con man and a fraud, and I think the people of Texas know that, but this is what will be litigated during the course of this campaign.
First in the new job, okay?
So far, former President Trump hasn't weighed in.
And finally, Pete is recalling 2 hot sauces over label mistakes. One may contain sulfites not listed, dangerous for allergies. The other missed an ingredient. If you have one, toss it or return it for a refund. It's a springtime staple across Texas, but this year the bluebonnets seem to be a little harder to spot, usually popping up along highways and parks. These wildflowers aren't as plentiful this season. So what's going on? Tony Jaramillo takes a closer look at the wildflower season and what's impacting the bluebonnets.
It's unsettling because that's part of Texas. And when you don't have your bluebonnets, it's not the same.
A springtime staple in Texas is looking a little sparse this year. Bluebonnets, usually blanketing highways and parks, are harder to spot around Corpus Christi this wildflower season.
There is a significant reduction in bluebonnets all across South Texas. You drive along the roadways, you'll see a few here and there. Usually we're seeing entire blankets of bluebonnets.
The drought that started last fall has stunted the flower's growing cycle.
And that's when many wildflowers are germinating. They'll become small plants, and then when spring rains come, those plants go from being dormant to growing very quickly and putting out flowers.
Executive Director of the South Texas Botanical Gardens, Michael Womack, says we may see a few more blooms, just not the sea of blue we've come to expect. For Texans, these are more than just flowers.
It kind of breaks up the monotony when it's out there, because you really, see them growing and stuff.
They're just what Texas is about, is your bluebonnets.
Continuing coverage on the measles outbreak in West Texas. A second child has died from measles in Texas. Hospitals officials in Lubbock say the child was unvaccinated with no known health issues. The state is reporting nearly 500 cases, mostly in unvaccinated people. This is the second death linked to the outbreak. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is now urging vaccination, calling the MMR shot the most effective way to prevent measles. He also visited West Texas to meet with affected families. Measles cases have been reported in more than 20 states, with Texas seeing the most.
When the newsfeed returns, Wall Street's shaky and global markets aren't far behind, what it means for your wallet, and how to protect it. Plus, ready for swimsuit season? Simple, safe tips to lose the winter weight without burning out.
Who is Tarrant County College? We are ambitious and full of potential. We bridge education and employment. The beating heart of healthcare, the drivers of industry, the very fabric of Tarrant County. We partner with employers so graduates step into waiting careers. We're changing the game, trailblazing a path forward, uplifting North Texas. We are TCC. Bold steps, better futures.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
With the latest news, now the news feed continues.
President Trump may have hit pause on some tariffs for 90 days, but don't be surprised if your grocery bill still goes up. A new 10% tariff just kicked in over the weekend, and experts say it'll hit supermarkets across the board. You could see higher prices on imported items like seafood, coffee, fruit, cheese, nuts, and even candy bars. Anything with plastic or aluminum packaging could cost more too. The first to go up, perishables. Then shelf-stable stuff. Big brands like Kraft Heinz may handle it better than smaller companies. But in the end, shoppers could be feeling the pinch.
Ford is now offering employee pricing to all U.S. customers, but only for a limited time. The deal comes after Trump announced a 25% tariff on imported cars. Some models, like Raptors and Mustangs, aren't included. President Trump is delaying the TikTok ban, giving his team 75 more days to work out a deal. The law would force TikTok's Chinese owner to sell or face a U.S. ban. Trump says they're trying to save the app.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Chick-fil-A has the fastest drive-thru and the most accurate orders. 92% right since 2019. Burger King and McDonald's follow. KFC lags behind. Chick-fil-A says tech and training keeps them up top. If you're job hunting, artificial intelligence might actually help you get noticed. Nearly half of hiring managers now use AI to screen resumes before a human ever looks at them. That's according to Resume Genius. But here's the good news. Modern AI tools aren't just looking for keywords anymore. An HR advisory firm says these systems can now understand the content of a resume, meaning you could still stand out even if your wording's a little different. So don't count yourself out. The bots might just be on your side.
Summer's calling, and your swimsuit might be too. If you're looking to lose those winter layers, you're not alone. In today's Health Minute, Monica Coppola has some straightforward tips for a sports doc to help you get back on track without overdoing it.
You might be eyeing that swimsuit and the number on the scale. If you have a fitness goal to reach before summer, start now.
It's very reasonable to see weight loss in the first few weeks. However, in order to really put on muscle mass and develop muscle tone, that often develops over more of a longer time period, roughly 8 to 12 weeks.
Dr. Matthew Anastasi with Mayo Clinic says health should be a long-term goal, but if you've suddenly found motivation, set yourself up for success by eating a well-balanced diet, a combination of fruits and veggies and lean proteins, while avoiding processed foods and added sugars. Next, be physically active. 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week is recommended. And switch it up. Do cardio some days and strength and resistance training other days.
I think the biggest key is to not try to go from 0 to 60 right away. We often see a lot of soft tissue injuries the beginning part of the year because people start the year off with a New Year's resolution and they go from not being active at all and being rather sedentary to trying to run 5 miles per day.
To stay motivated, Anastasi says to build exercise into your schedule. He says getting good quality sleep is also key, allowing your body to recharge. And remember to stay hydrated. Avoiding alcohol can also...
A parrot at a Tennessee zoo has a talent you won't believe. Stay tuned for today's Take a Look at This.
A warming trend heading into the weekend, but what are our chances of rain in the week? I'll give you that answer coming up in your full Storm Team forecast. Stay with us.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back. You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
From the NewsFeed's Forecast Center, this is your Storm Team Forecast.
Right now, we're taking a live look at downtown Fort Worth, and you'll notice the biggest thing, clear skies. That's pretty much what we're going to see for the rest of this week and really until Easter. At least that's what most of the models say right now. Taking a look at the rest of today, 74, high of 78. Now, right now, it feels like 75. Again, that's from those clear skies, not much overcast bringing down that real field temperature. However, humidity, 60%. That's pretty high. You may start to feel a little icky, especially in that direct sunlight. And with those lower wind speeds, we're not getting much of a reprieve from any sort of breeze. Now, as we move into the weekend, you'll notice temperatures don't change too much. Sunday, we do get a little bit warmer, high of 89, but we stay relatively moderate, especially for this time of year. Those lows, again, staying really, really comfortable, and with those clear skies, it's the perfect time maybe to do something early for Easter, just get outside. Now, again, taking a look at live Fort Worth, you'll notice not much wind. Really, the rest of the week, those winds are staying relatively slow. Chances of rain potentially as we move into next week. Bluebonnets are actually kind of low this time of year, especially with all that rain. They really can't survive that high level of precipitation that we've been seeing these past few days and that warm weekend. Again, I know I'm excited, especially again with a lot of outdoor activities coming up. People are getting ready for those Easter egg hunts. For the rest of the week, you'll notice temperatures staying moderately the same. We may see some sun sporadically, but you'll see with those cloud cover comes, again, maybe cooler mornings, but those high temperatures are staying around the same.
Heard of boy meets girl, but how about dog meets whale? And did you know there's a parrot at Tennessee Zoo who can sing happy birthday to herself?
Plus, she can even imitate some of her zoo friends. Meredith Wood has those stories in today's Take a Look at This.
A golden retriever in Hawaii who's obsessed with whales recently had a close encounter. Macy rides along on whale watching tours. She caught the attention of a young male whale who swam over and hung out for a bit. A parrot at the Knoxville Zoo sang happy birthday to you to herself for her 38th hatch day.
Big finish. Oh, that is great, Einstein. And I think for your hatch day, you deserve a giant peanut. Yeah.
That's right, parrots celebrate hatch days, not birthdays. Obvi. She also had a couple of other tricks up her feathers.
She has learned a bunch of animal sounds all the way from a red wolf, to a chimpanzee.
Speaking of hatch days, 4 endangered western Santa Cruz Galapagos tortoises hatched at the Philly Zoo for the first time in the zoo's 150.
Fans packed Dodger Stadium long before first pitch, all for a tiny version of baseball's biggest star.
But first, a powerhouse comeback crowns a new champ in men's college hoops. Sports is next, so stay with us.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures.
Eventually, he had to quit.
My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Jason, let's go see your room.
I can't believe I'm missing this. Okay, Grandma. I see you.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you, your community, and loved ones protected. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, okay. That's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin.
From the NewsFeed Sports Desk, this is the Sports Report.
Welcome back. The Florida Gators are back on top of college basketball Monday night in San Antonio. They rallied from 12 down to edge Houston 65-63 in a thriller. Florida didn't even take the lead until the final 46 seconds and held on as the Cougars couldn't get a shot off at the buzzer. It's the Gators' third national title and first since that back-to-back run in 06 and 07. Guard Walter Clayton Jr. was named Most Outstanding Player of the tournament. Houston, meanwhile, still chasing that elusive first title. Fans filled Dodger Stadium hours before last week's game for a special giveaway. The Dodgers gave away a bobblehead of reigning MVP Shohei Ohtani to the first 40,000 fans. The figure shows Ohtani with a bat and his MVP award, celebrating his historic 2024 season as the first player to hit 50 home runs and steal 50 bases in a single season. This is just one of 5 Ohtani-themed giveaways scheduled for the season.
I'm actually really excited and happy and relieved because I took half the day off to get this, so mission accomplished.
Wednesday's game wrapped up a 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves.
A Wisconsin artist is getting a huge spotlight on NFL Draft Day. The NFL discovered his work online and commissioned 32 handmade wooden team logos for the 2025 draft in Green Bay. The pieces matched this year's theme, Built by Community, and were made entirely from materials found on Milwaukee streets and alleys. The art will be on display along the draft theater walkway. He says it's a dream come true.
Being from Milwaukee and from Wisconsin has been a big part of my brand and the way I storytell my journey. So now to represent it on such a national stage is very surreal for me. I'm just beyond grateful for the opportunity.
The draft runs April 24th through the 26th. The Athletics' new stadium on the Las Vegas Strip is one step closer. Clark County commissioners approved permits and zoning changes this week. The stadium will be built where the Tropicana Hotel once stood, with construction set to begin later this year. The team will play in California until 2028. A family photo shoot takes an unexpected turn when a familiar face shows up out of nowhere. The NewsFeed will be right back.
Need a ride? Yeah!
Driving with kids is a big responsibility.
Hop in and buckle up!
So don't sweat the small stuff.
You got paint all over our paper!
Get the big stuff right instead.
What does that mean?
Like making sure your kids are in the correct car seat and buckled up for safer travel.
That deserves a wiggly wiggly wig.
To make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Beep, beep.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Who is Tarrant County College? We are ambitious and full of potential. We bridge education and employment. The beating heart of healthcare, the drivers of industry, the very fabric of Tarrant County. We partner with employers so graduates step into waiting careers. We're changing the game, trailblazing a path forward, uplifting North Texas. We are TCC. Bold steps, better futures.
A family shoot in D.C. turned into a once-in-a-lifetime moment when former President Barack Obama walked right into the frame. Portia Moore was snapping a pic of her kids at the Tidal Basin when Obama strolled by during his morning walk.
It means so much, not only to like me, but to them as they grow older. It builds like a sort of like confidence, like, look at this, I have something to share.
The photo went viral, and Obama even shared it on his Instagram story, apologizing for the photobomb. The family says, no apology needed. All right, thank you guys for watching the TCC Newsfeed at News. Have a great weekend.